What's happening, guys? It's your boy, the Chevy Nerd, coming at you through the power of the internet and through this lens. Today, we're going to talk about nerd tip number 5. We're going to be talking about pairing your cell phone onto any vehicle here on the lot. Really cool thing is a lot of this stuff is pretty generic, but I know sometimes, every once in a while, your phone will get disconnected and stuff like that, so we're going to learn about it. Plus, stay tuned for a couple more nerd tip videos. We're going to be talking about Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all of its cool features. All right, stay tuned for more of the Chevy Nerd. All right, guys, right in front of me, we're going to see the 2021 Chevrolet Colorado with its new design. But this video is not about this. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the nerd tip here, but we're going to use this truck to go ahead and learn a little bit more about the infotainment system. Let's hop on inside. All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Chevy Nerd tip number 5. We're going to go ahead and figure out how to program our cell phones on the new infotainment system here with Chevrolet. Now, the cool thing on this one, this is infotainment system 3.0, so there's going to be a little bit of an upgrade here. We've talked about this previously on the channel, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple things. Now, this setup is going to be done on an iPhone. So here we have our iPhone here, okay? First couple things to do is precisely go into our settings. So for me, I'm gonna go into my settings here. And once I'm in settings, the first thing I wanna do is hit on this word right here that says Bluetooth and open up Bluetooth. Here it's gonna show you all of your connections that you have here through your list of Bluetooth things. Okay, and towards the bottom, you're going to see other devices. This guy here that says other devices underneath there, that's where we're going to see the new connection for this car. So I'm going to go ahead and set the cell phone down, and we're going to follow the next steps. And from here, all we have to do is click on the phone icon on the Chevrolet MyLink. Once we click on here, we're going to hit connect phone. And then we're going to add phone here. And then the signal is now being launched. So go ahead and go back to your cell phone. And we're going to grab that here. And remember, when I said that list underneath where it says other devices, it's going to appear right down there. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And what it's going to do is that it's going to start sending that signal there. So this little pop-up will come up on your cell phone. Basically what it's trying to do is for you to match the numbers that are right through here. It is very rare that these numbers ever get mixed up. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and hit, let me focus on here for you. We're going to go ahead and hit on my cell phone here, pair. Once we hit pair, we're going to go over here and hit pair as well. Pair. And there we are. The cell phone is now connected. Now let's take a look at a couple other things that will happen here too. Once we go back to our cell phone here, you're going to see this message here that says, hey, your car may request for your contacts, phone favorites, and recent phone calls over Bluetooth. Do you want to allow? This is completely optional. That's up to you. In this situation, since this is just a demo vehicle, not my own, I'm going to go ahead, don't allow. Okay. But what's going to happen is now that everything's connected on here, we also want to take a look at a couple of settings here, because this time with Chevrolet MyLink 3.0, we can actually connect multiple devices here. So one of the things you can always check right through here, see how it has my name on there too? There's a way to edit things here. So let's take a look at that. Once we click the edit button, here's how we can program our vehicle to kind of help us out. So this is my phone here, phone name. We can click on there and we can edit the name on there. I'm happy with Joel, so we'll just hit done there. And then this one's going to see for first to connect. This is obviously for the primary driver of the vehicle. So I always want this phone to connect to this truck every time 2 people walk in and be the first one to have the connection. The advantage of this is that this allows in and outgoing phone calls on the primary number. Now, depending on whoever else is going to have your or be in the vehicle, you can allow it for a secondary phone. So when you add that person through the same steps we just did, you can click on secondary phone, and here it'll allow Bluetooth connection alongside another. So you can have 2 connections there. Now what will happen is when you add the second connection is you'll see it under this list and it'll say connected and there'll be two names. On that one it's going to say outgoing and incoming calls on this one, sorry. And then on the second one it's just going to say incoming calls. Okay, so that's kind of how we're able to go ahead and do two connections on this one. Now let's take a look at the app for the phones. So I'll click on the back corner here, and it's going to take me to this area here. Right through here, we're going to be able to go through our favorites, our keypad, recents, okay, contacts, and phones. Okay, this is extremely easy to navigate. So at any point, for whatever reason, if we need the secondary phone to have primary or outgoing calls, we can click on phones and then select that secondary phone so you can go ahead and make outbound calls through the speakers. Okay, so everything's very easy to maneuver through here. The only reason you don't see my favorites and contacts here is, like I said through the setup, is I didn't allow it to happen and transfer that information onto this one. But here what you'll see is the recent calls that you've placed, the full list of contacts in alphabetical order. You'll see them all through there. All right, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Remember, if you get lost in this home menu, always click the home button here at the bottom or here at the left hand corner there, and it'll bring you right to this home screen there. But once again, this video is all about getting your phone connected through your cell phone. Android has a little bit of a different process on there. It's very similar to it. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my colleagues' phones. Alright guys, I'm back. I lucked out and I was able to go ahead and snag one of my colleagues' phones here. So this is going to be an Android phone right through here. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is, hopefully you guys can see this okay. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this focus here there. So right through here, you guys are going to go on to settings. So very similar to iPhone, it's got that little kind of gear section there. And under settings, you're going to go under connections. This is the one that's a little different because we have Wi-Fi connections on iPhone, and then they just have, and Bluetooth connections, and they just have one single option here, which is connections. And then it takes you to a separate screen here where it says Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi calling, Bluetooth. We're going to go ahead and click on the Bluetooth connection there. And then this is going to show you the list of things that my colleague already has set up through Bluetooth, but we're going to go ahead and set this one up here too. So once again, we're going to go into our phone here. So we're going to click phone. Okay, because my phone's already connected here, it shows me this area. We're going to go all the way to the right hand corner here and click phones. We're going to hit add phone, and then it says connect new phone. Joel will be disconnecting, moving any active calls to the handset. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and continue. Okay. Now I'm going to hop back on here. Now when it comes to Android, they also have this spot here where at the top right hand corner, and sometimes it's at the bottom, where you can hit scan. So once you hit scan, what it's going to start doing, it is going to start looking for additional signals, and what you'll see is it'll pop up at the bottom area here. So we'll just wait for that that signal to be available. And we just be patient here. It didn't find it. We're going to go ahead and scan one more time. There it is, finally popped up. We're going to go ahead and hit My Chevrolet, pairing. Now what happened here is that this device took a little longer to find this area here, so it knocked it back out. So we're going to go through the process one more time. We're going to hit add phone, hit continue. I'm actually kind of glad that this happened because it gives us the ability to kind of troubleshoot an active problem as it stands. So I thought that was kind of neat. So we're going to go ahead and set up the pairing mode again, and we're going to hit scan. Finally, there it goes. It appeared. We're going to click on My Chevrolet. And then we're going to have this option that pops up here. Okay, very similar to the iPhone. We're going to hit OK. It paired up to that number. We'll hit pair. Okay, and what it's going to do is that it's now going to connect onto that device there. Now notice how it kicked my phone off there. No big deal. We're going to go ahead and reconnect it again, and I'll show you. But we're going to go on to David's Galaxy phone here. We're going to go on to settings. Okay, and we're going to set this one up as a secondary phone. So we're going to go on to secondary here. And then we're going to hit the back arrow here on the left-hand corner. Now to add my phone again, we're going to go ahead and touch on the kind of like darkened named here. We're going to click my name there, and it's going to say connecting phone, and it's Joel. And notice how now they are both under the connected list. Okay, but now you can see the difference here where it says outgoing and incoming calls, and for David it's going to be incoming calls. But that's exactly how you set up two phones on the new 3.0 Chevy MyLink system. I'll go back to my phones here. Favorites, keypad, everything is still there. Okay. And then we can both receive phone calls as we drive, and we can answer them through the steering wheel or the screen here. And as well as as a primary, I can place the call with the voice command through my phone. But that is how you set up both an Android and also an Apple phone via Bluetooth. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Chevy Nerd. Oh, also, don't forget to give it a like, okay? Subscribe, share. You know what to do. Help me help you guys make more videos, and we'll stay tuned for some more action from The Chevy Nerd. Bye.